Hi everyone, I'm back. So I'm at the end. I've got 16 inches of from the button right to this point here. It might be slightly a bit big, but we're gonna go with it. It's for a 7.5 to 8 inch wrist, so that's twice around. That should do it. So I ended with these 3 tiles, and I've added the 3 seed beads. Now what I'm doing is I'm showing you how to finish this off, so that's why I came back. Otherwise I would just show you the end and putting in the knot. So now we're going to add, we want this to narrow, so we're going to add 2 here, and we're going to attach them the same way we do the rest, but because we're only attaching 2, it's going to narrow our leather together like that. So I'm just going to pinch it to help it along, and then we're going to add 1 on the last one like that, and we're going to go under, then pull that tight like that so that it brings it together. Now we're going to go back over through this single bead to secure that like that, and we're going to go under like that. And actually we're going to take the same bead path, so we're going to go up, bring our thread up like that, so that we won't be able to see where we've gone through. So now we're going to go under the 2 beads, and just a little hard to see through the camera, but we'll do our best. There we go. That worked out. And we're going to go up through here. So we're actually doing opposite of what we did to get there. And you're basically just threading your thread through. So now we're going to go under these 3 beads and come out the other side, making sure not to poke your thread or your leather like that. Now we're going to go up top of these same beads, I might need my pliers. There. And now we're going to go through the tiles, through the back, bottom. We're going to see how far we can get through these guys with the small amount of thread we have left. As long as you get through one and then you go in and glue it, you should be fine, but looks like we have a bit of thread here. Through there, get pliers, pull that through, and go to the second hole underneath. Make it through like that, and through the top. And I'm going to go one more time up to the next tile, bottom hole, through the back, and that should do it. And then we will take it off of there like that. So now we're going to take this off the board. Like that, we'll set that over there. This is what you've got. Let me bring this out so you can kind of see. We don't need these guys, we'll move them away. And those out of the way. Okay. So this is the end here, so you can see how much leather I have that I didn't need as much as we put on there. Let's untangle this. Actually, I can undo this knot too. And just straighten those out with your fingers. And so I reuse this wax cord, and because I put knots in it and stuff, you'll see at the end when I've used it a few times, I have a bunch of knots in them. That's not a big deal. As long as it does what you need it to do. And we'll take this off. Pull that out. And stick it this way. Out and pull it out. Done with that one. And I think I want to weave this in a little bit. So let's get our needle here. So we'll weave this last one in and then we'll glue everything. Let's bring this through the front. Pliers. There's a knot in there, so that's why it's a little hard to get through. There. Oh. So you have to be careful, it tangled around the button. Pull that over. There. Like that. And I'm going to go through the back again. I don't know if I have enough room. There, it should work. Wrong tool. There. Okay, we're going to flip it over. So now we're going to come from the back and we're going to go through these two middle beads. Like that. And down through the back. Those two. And then around to the front of these three. Like that. What I'm attempting to do is get it to this first tile, but it's not essential. At this point, it's pretty secure. And so through the front of this tile, like that. And through the back of the tile. And that should do it. So let's take the needle off, and we'll go ahead and put our barrel knot at the end here. So this is what we have. Let's double check this before. So I'm gonna go about there. So yeah, that's about the right size. And let's check. It's gonna give us. Yep. So there's my 7.5 to 8, and there's the ending. So that's good. So it'll be just slightly loose. So it won't be super tight. So let's go ahead and put our closure here. So our first one, let's get our barrel knot tube right here. And we're going to sit it right about there. And we're going to take our top piece of leather. We're going to go under. And we're going to wrap it 3 times. And then to a 4th time, but it's not quite, so it's more like 3.5. Hang on to it those fingers and slide it in this way. It comes out the end of that tube. Switch fingers, pull through. Let's do it like that. And you can pull that tube out. And that's it. So just kind of wiggle it a bit to get the right position on there and tightness that you want. Like that. That takes. There. Now we're going to measure our button. So our button is about that much. So I usually give it a little more space. So I'm just going to hold my finger there so I have an idea. And I usually put my tube about halfway. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, go all the way on that one. Actually, no, I'm going to do the same. I'm going to go to here and pull everything through, tube and all. So there, about there. So we're going to tighten that, holding it as we're tightening. Double check our button. Perfect. There. Okay. So now I want to leave 2 little tassels here. I'm wondering if I should put another closure. Yeah, I think I might, because I'm not 100% certain of this person's size. So a good way to do this is you put a second closure so that extends it a bit, and then you put the little tassels, and if it's too long, then they can always cut it here or untangle it and put the little knots there. So we'll do one more. Where did I put my tube? 2, 1, 2, 3, and the 4th time around. So you can see I'm starting to get to the end of my leather too, so it's so important to leave enough at the end. There. So there's 2 closures, and I'm going to put little knots on the bottom of these little tassels. It may be overkill if the person has to cut it off, but they're really cute. I like them. And I can't claim them for myself. I saw Brittany doing them. I was like, oh, that's awesome. So you're just doing twice around. And you can basically do it yourself without the tube. It's just a knot. That's all it is. It's just a knot. So let's bring, I don't want it too long. Something like that. There's one. And we'll clip that. But we're going to get the next one on there. And I don't like them being even. I like them one longer than the other, so, but that's up to you. That. Kind of like a ribbon, how you have one end of the ribbon hangs down a little further. That's my thinking on that. I'm just slightly short, longer. It's almost the same anyway. There. Okay, and let's cut those guys. Where are mine? I use a clipper rather than scissors, so I don't cut it right down to here. I leave a bit of an end. There. That's that, those guys. And let me get my GS Hypo. I think I need a new container of GS Hypo. Okay, I can't find the GS Hypo. I had a new tube, but I must have put it somewhere. So let me see if this stuff is still good. It's tacky. No, this is kind of like E6000. It's a bit like sticky and stringy. So I will go back, but basically you go in through and you just dab a little glue into the bead, but be careful not to cut your break your beads when you stick the little, there's a little needle like, so then just go in and clip these guys. And make sure not to clip your other threads while you're doing this. And actually you don't even have to glue them. They're in there, they're not going anywhere. And normally I have my supplies ready, and for some reason I've moved things off of my desk. Oh, look where it is. It was on my desk all the time. Brand new tube. So let's go through and see if we can get some of this in. Just go there. It's starting to come out now. And just go a couple of beads up, a couple of beads down. And it's getting stringy here. Okay, there's the other one. And sometimes, because it's very liquidy, this stuff, it will actually suck right into the bead. And down here, you can kind of see where the two threads are. And when it dries clear, so it's no big. And that's it. And close your tube quickly. There. Let's take a look at what we have. There. There we go. So there's this lovely skull bracelet. Ta-da! That is awesome. See if I can get some better light on this. There. Shine the light. There we go. So there how it looks if you have two closures. Not a big deal. That's going to be on the wrist anyway, and that's what it looks like on the other side. You can see how I've got this inside out this way, so the skulls are on the inside. And turn it this way. There, like that. That is awesome. So I hope you enjoyed that. Definitely, if you have any questions, let me know, and I'll do my best to answer them. And I'm going to do some more leather wrap bracelets, give you some ideas on what to do. So there you go. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.